Good evening. We are back. It is Thursday, December 17th, Wednesday, pardon me. And I'm here with BC Lions wide receiver Keon Hatcher on another episode of the Golden View podcast. And Keon and I were just talking off the air a little bit about how we could break the ice. So my icebreaker question is Seahawks and Rams tomorrow night. Who you got?
Seahawks and the Rams. That'll be a good one.
Yeah, I know.
A good one. Seahawks defense. They be getting after it. Jackson and Jigba.
Yeah.
It's been a phenomenal season.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have to go with the Rams though. Have to go with
I
the Rams. Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams,
yeah.
Puka Nakua.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have a good group over there.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Seattle's a really good team for sure, but I'm gonna
Okay.
have to go with the Rams.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into this stuff because I got a bunch of questions and stuff ready for you. And thanks for doing this. It's really nice to meet you.
Of course.
Obviously, I've watched you play a ton of football, so I know sort of you, the player. But I did a little research on you, Keon Hatcher Sr., I should say. Now that I know that I researched on your family and your son as well. So you're senior now. Um,
Yes.
I had a question about Oklahoma, and I thought this is another good icebreaker because I remember Brian Burnham playing for the BC Lions. Obviously, you mentioned something in a week one interview with Matt Baker about being from Oklahoma. Did you ever cross paths with Brian? Like, was there an overlap with you guys as players as well?
Um, no, not really, but I crossed paths with like Dane Evans, and a
Okay,
few other guys that was around with Burnham when he was at Tulsa.
okay,
But I never
okay,
got to cross paths with him while he was at TU.
okay. Yeah, because I kind of wondered about the Oklahoma connection, right? And why the
Yeah,
BC Lions like receivers from Oklahoma, right? Because I was like, okay, well, there's Keon and there's Brian, and I've seen Brian play football for a long time, so that was one of my questions to you. And I've done a little bit of research because I was trying to find out more about what you did when you played in Arkansas for the Razorbacks. Obviously, 2013 through 2016. Got some notes here: 137 receptions, 1,850 yards, 18 touchdowns. What was that like playing college down in the U.S.? Because like I'm not a college football expert.
it was great, man. Amazing opportunity,
Yeah.
playing SEC ball. I honestly don't feel like there's another conference like it.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, man, just week in, week out, it's a battle, playing against Alabama, LSU,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Sec
all these,
football.
yeah, all
Yeah.
these powerhouse schools. And yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. Thankful that I was able to,
Right.
play in the SEC, play college ball. Yeah, it was super fun, man. Super, super competitive. And yeah, it was exciting.
Nice. Yeah, because I was trying to research because I didn't know much about like what you did in college, and fourth on the school's career TD receptions list with 19, 13th in receptions with 130, 11th in receiving yards, and then obviously just looking a little bit. What made you come to the CFL? Like I was always curious about that. How does an American guy like you, who grew up in a place like Oklahoma, who got drafted to the NFL, who played for the Raiders, how do you end up in BC, or like how do you end up at BC Lion?
Um, you know, I was had the opportunity, to play down south for a little bit. Like you just said, I was with Oakland, and a few other teams in my little 3-year span from 17 to 19.
Hmm.
But man, just the opportunity, After COVID, I
Right.
had got released during COVID. I
Right.
was in a Zoom meeting, in the receiver Zoom meeting with the Jets, and end up getting released by Frank Gore.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
Ooh.
that was really the end of my NFL journey. Then COVID happened. Well, COVID was already happening, but like there was no um workouts and stuff like that during the
Yeah. Right.
2020. So kind of, got pushed to the back of the pack. Every year there's a new draft class, and new guys coming in. So
Yeah.
got pushed to the back of the pack, and got a call from BC. Opportunity to come play football. Far from home, didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, but we're here.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just always curious about other parts of your life, whatever you want to share, because I've been at a lot of Lions press conference and I talk to TJ a lot, right? So,
Mhm.
like texting with him and stuff. So I'm trying to find out how guys that play in the U.S. college football and have that journey come to Canada to play in the CFL. I mean, I was at Solomon's jersey retirement, right? He
Mhm.
talked a lot about that. Buck Pierce talked a lot about his journey from down south to play in the CFL. I mean, look where Buck. I mean, now he's the coach of the BC Lions, right? But
Yeah.
you know, it, it's kind of fascinating to me to see you guys, um, like sort of how that happens, right? Because I know nothing about that part of football. So
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Just the opportunity, man. Like I said, my NFL journey was coming, to an end, and just
yeah,
the opportunity to play football again, man. Do what I love to do, and
yeah,
I'm so happy and thankful that I took the opportunity.
yeah,
And 5 years later, here we are.
yeah. No, it's fascinating to me because I know nothing about like living in the U.S. in a place like Oklahoma. You get recruited to a college. I was doing the research on you, like I said, um, you know. But let's shift to some other stuff because obviously you spoke the other night with JC Abbott from Three Down Nation about
Hmm.
signing the contract extension. I want to talk a little bit about that. But here's something that struck me in some research. Um, it said in February 3rd of 2025, I got a press release from the BC Lions. The BC Lions have signed Keon Hatcher to a 1-year contract. The move came one day after the Lions released you at your request when the two sides were unable to agree on a restructured contract. From your perspective, can you share how something like that works? Because I was like, okay, I didn't understand that whole piece.
Um, I'm not really sure. I'm not in control of like the cap and the money and all those things,
Yeah,
but
right.
coming off my Achilles injury,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
2024 season, I got 11 games in, a
yeah.
little
That's right.
a
I
little
remember
bit
that. Yeah,
over, a little bit over 600 yards.
yeah.
And yeah, I guess whoever it may be, or some people thought that I was on the decline for whatever reason.
Yeah, right, right.
I mean, coming off an Achilles in 8 months, and
I know nothing about injuring my Achilles, so tell me.
oh man, it's possibly the worst injury you could have as an athlete.
Right, right.
That's everything in every athlete. I mean, we run, we move, so
Yeah, right,
that's one of the biggest injuries you can have, and yeah, it's a they say 8 to 12 month recovery
right.
process. I made it back in a little bit over 8. Um, got 11 games in, and like I said, got over 600 yards. If you
Yeah, right,
to add those other 7 games, and
right.
break that down, that's about right at 1,000. And that's 8 months, like 8 months after an Achilles. You know what I mean? So it's not
Well,
like
that's a respectable number in the CFL, no matter what you're doing. 1,000 yard season. I mean, we're
yeah,
not, you know, like to
yeah,
me,
yeah.
right?
I mean, that's what they say. So if you average that out, that's 1,000. And yeah,
Yeah,
I guess some
right.
people thought I was on the decline or whatever. But yeah,
Okay,
that was the situation, and
okay.
yeah.
So let's fast forward then a little bit because I got some other stuff. We'll get to some of TJ's questions in a minute.
Okay.
But let's talk about the 2-year extension because obviously this season, 102 catches, 1,688 yards. We talked about the single season record is something in your sites as well. Um, I was at all the BC Lions home games this year, either through tickets or through media access through Matt. So I just want to give Matt a quick plug here and say thanks for access to media and getting access to speak with you. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah,
shout out Matt Baker. Shout out Matt Baker.
yeah, definitely. So let's talk a little bit about that extension and where that comes from, and obviously your chemistry with Nathan this season.
Um, the extension, man, just product of hard work.
Right.
That's what I know. That's all I know. Um, yeah, that's my career.
Yeah.
My to be honest, man, my whole career I've always been just so close, to the breakthrough.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
and it always something always comes up,
Right.
when I feel like it's my time. But to persistence, man, hard work and faith in God, man.
Right.
Here we are today, and that's just like I said, hard work and belief in God and in myself.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously Nathan comes back after his time in the CFL, or sorry, time in the NFL. I don't think we need to get into extensively into that journey and what happened there for Nathan. That's not the purpose of this interview. And if you're a BC Lions fan, I've been watching the Lions for probably 30, 35 seasons. So I've seen everything. So I remember 2022. I remember what Nathan was like. I remember how he left and went to the NFL. I remember how he came back. Um, Talk a little bit about that connection with Nathan. Like, is it something that's, you can't really pin something, like you can't think what that connection is, because there always seems to be a connection in the CFL with a favorite quarterback and a favorite CFL or NFL, like a favorite quarterback and a favorite receiver, right? Like Vernon Adams, I remember, was very partial with Justin McInnes. Seems like you and Nathan really connected. So where does that come from?
Um, to be honest, man, I just think the work we put in together, and the love for the game. I think we share that.
Right.
Um, and yeah, I think we have a standard that we like to
Yeah.
hold ourselves to, and um, yeah, I think me and his standard is pretty high for each other.
Right.
And yeah, Nate's a great quarterback, man. I'm glad he's my quarterback.
Yeah.
And yeah, the connection is just feel like from the love of the game, and
Yeah.
just the hard work we put in together, and from each other. We like I said, we hold each other to a high standard, and we expect that from each other, day in and day out.
Yeah, because it was fun to watch you guys, and there's some really exceptional moments there, man. Like, like there's some games I watched and I was like, wow. Just watching Nathan this season alone. I mean, you could probably give me a bit of perspective what it's like to be on the field with Nathan, because I saw some stuff and I was like, I haven't seen that in the BC Lions quarterback in a long time.
Yeah, man, I don't know what to call him. Swiss Army knife, a magician, a superstar. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He's got the whole package, man. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball.
Yep.
He knows the game inside and out. Um, I mean, I don't think there's nothing he can't do on
Is
that football field, and that's not just playing quarterback. I believe if he played any other position, he'd be just as good, just as dominant, just off of his mentality and how he carries himself. But yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, and let's keep going then, because this season obviously ended on such a high, right? I mean, we haven't really. We're going to talk a little bit about the West final loss to Saskatchewan, but you guys really turned the corner, right? That's the 7 straight wins. I mean, really, it's 8 straight wins, right? Because of the victory over Calgary in the Western semifinal. Something you
Mhm.
guys had done now for the third time. Let's talk a little bit about that 7 game win streak and what was happening there, because it sort of felt like something shifted for you guys. I don't know what it was, but then it was sort of felt like you guys couldn't really do no wrong down the stretch.
Yeah, I think that's just a collective group of guys that's so close to getting the job done, and finally putting their foot down, and making it adamant that we get the job done. And I think that's what we did. Playing together, all three phases of football. There was plenty of times where defense
Yeah.
saved the day. Plenty of times where we came and saved the day. Plenty of times where special teams saved the day. Like I said, complimentary football. A group of guys, tired of being so close. Um, and yeah, we got on the roll, and it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, and then you get to Saskatchewan, and obviously that close game and the loss. I unfortunately had to watch it with two Riders fans.
Mm, that's tough. I know you. I know you had them the whole game until like that last minute.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
You
I
had
and
'em
a
by
good
the
yeah, and a good friend of mine is from Saskatchewan, so he's like, I said, "Are we getting together to watch the game?" And he made me watch the game, and his TV didn't work, so we listened to the Saskatchewan radio feed. I'm like, "This is punishment, man. This is
Hey,
punishment."
that'll have you on the edge of your seat right there. That'll
So
have you on the edge of your seat.
yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, this is anyway." So let's talk a little bit about that loss to Saskatchewan because obviously that was tough. I saw you, and I got invited to the news conference, and I couldn't make it because it was the next day at the practice facility, and I was like, "Oh, should I go?" And I saw you be interviewed, and I see like you're kind of subdued, but you guys are kind of in a certain mood right after that loss. Tell me a little bit about that game because what's going through your mind throughout that game?
We're right here. Like we have everything that we want.
Yeah,
To go to that Grey Cup. I've never been to a championship game. I've always made it to the semis, right
yeah,
before the championship game. And yeah, just during the game, um, felt like we had it.
yeah,
Felt like we had it up until, that those last 11 seconds, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah,
Not saying, I still don't believe we could win, but 11 seconds,
yeah.
missing like what 80, 90 yards. It's kind of it's long. It's far fetched. So yeah, man, I believe the whole time.
I'm sure you did.
I
I
thought
did
we
too.
uh, I thought we had a good game plan.
Hmm.
We executed, well for the most part.
Right.
It was just at the end, man. That
Yeah.
second down and second and three, and that last drive for the defense. Yeah, besides that, man, we played a pretty good game. It was just, those one or two plays that we needed to be made that, we weren't able to make. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, because
so,
I've watched 30 plus years of CFL football, and I've seen East and West semis and finals and blowouts, right? And Grey Cups that are blowouts too. And then you see that game, and I'm like, you lose by 3 points to the eventual Grey Cup champion, and watching the season, I sort of said to myself halfway through the season, I was like, I kind of think Saskatchewan's going to win the Grey Cup this year, even though I'm a BC Lions fan and I'm doing this for my podcast, right? I'm like, I kind of feel like it's Saskatchewan's year, and I was like, but once the Lions winning streak started and the team was playing so well, I'm like, well, BC's going to give them a run for their money for sure, and that game was so close that I was like, it was heartbreaking for me. And I was like, we're so close. That's the third time we've been in the Western final. We're that close.
yeah, yeah, that's third time in the 5 years I've been here. So, man, like you said, we're so close. And I definitely believe, we'll be able to get the job done here in the near future. Just with the group we have, the coaching staff we have.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it was first year staff, first year
Yeah,
team,
they did really well.
um, and yeah, we had a pretty good season. So I think only way from here is up. It was our first year, so gotta just
Yeah.
keep looking.
So what's happening for you in the off season? What are you up to right now? Just kind of, obviously you got three kids. I watched one of the BC Lions videos. Yeah. That's your third daughter or son now?
My daughter, yeah, I have two girls and one boy.
That's right. Okay. So that's Keon Jr. And then
Hmm.
I read that you met your wife through Marcus Sales, who's now playing for Saskatchewan.
Yes, I did. I met her through Marcus and his wife Chantel.
Yeah, that's a neat story, right? And then obviously, then you got to play Marcus this year in the Western Final
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
BC Lions cut him and he went there, right?
Nah, yeah, 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 for sure.
There's a bit of like, oh, okay,
Yeah, it's a little family rivalry,
yeah.
little family rivalry in there. But yeah, it's all fun for sure.
So what's happening for you in the off season? Like what? Like that was one of the things TJ said. He's like, you should ask him about what's life like for a pro in season and off season. Like, what do you guys do in the off season? Because I don't really know anything about what you're up to?
Dad mode. Off
Dad
season,
mode?
yeah. Off season is strictly
Okay.
husband and dad mode.
Busy.
Yeah, especially at this time of year, holidays coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We just getting to spend that time with the family, with the wife and the kids. Yeah, just enjoying each other, before the new year hits, and then it's time to get back to work and get
Nice.
ready for this 2026 campaign.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you a little bit more about that 2026 campaign. I mean, obviously, there's something missing there, right? There's a bit of a hunger. There's, I don't know if you still feel that disappointment after that Western final loss. You must feel like unfinished business. I mean, that's what it feels like to me.
For sure, unfinished business. I feel like it's unfinished business for the team. Us getting so close, being right there. Like I said, we got the coaches, we have the players,
Yeah,
we have everything we need to get the job done. It's all about that work and attention to detail. During that work. So that's major. And then yeah, for myself, and I'm just getting started, man. Like I said,
yeah,
time I would get, close to it being my turn, something would happen and everything. But, for me to be able to get this full off season in and just piggyback off of last season, man.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I think we're in for a good one. So just excited about that and excited about uh excited about this grind that's going to take place to get there.
Yeah, are you aware of any? I mean, I don't know if you know, but are there any sort of things rumbling around the team you've heard, like what you can share about people coming in, players being added, additions to the team that are going to, help you guys get to the next level?
Oh man, I haven't I'm just getting back. I'm just getting back to Canada. I've been
Okay.
back in Oklahoma for these past few weeks after the season up until now. And yeah, man, I haven't really heard anything. But I'm sure they're building the roster right, trying to get us to take that next step. So um full belief, full trust in them. And yeah, man, I'm just excited, to get to spend some time with my family and my kids, my wife, and
Hmm.
yeah, but I'm ready to get back to work here soon.
So, what's the tougher job, playing in the CFL or being a parent?
Oh, um, I think they both have their tough moments, but I feel like when it's something that you love to do, I don't think you really look at it as tough or
Yeah,
hard or anything
yeah,
like that. So
yeah.
I enjoy it, man. I enjoy every day with my family. I enjoy, the blessings that I have, with my family and being able to continue playing football. So yeah, there's always tough moments like anything in life, but if you enjoy it and you love, what you're doing, those tough moments really don't feel so tough. So
Right, right. We talked about a few things here. TJ sent me one. What do you um, do to recover after games? Like, you play a game, nutrition. TJ sent me a few questions because I was like, okay, I got to think of some. I asked him to think of some questions, right? And I was like, okay, like I always text with him anyway. So I was like,
yeah.
like I was starting to do research a week ago for this interview, and I know who
Mhm.
you are, and I was kind of like, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I want this to go
Yeah.
well, right?
Yeah,
Right?
don't be nervous, man. It's all love. We
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Okay. So, like, yeah. So, what do you do about like recovery after a game? There must be like nutrition, physio,
Yeah.
workouts.
Yeah. Well, first out of the game, got to go get a good meal. We most time not as a team, but a lot of the team. We usually go to Cactus Club, get a
Oh, okay.
good little team meal after the game.
Yeah.
And then after that, man, it's going home with the fam. Next morning, probably get up, go get some treatment on anything if I'm banged up.
Yeah.
Um, go get in the sauna. I love the sauna. Sweat. Get a little workout in there. Yeah, but get a massage. yeah, just trying to get that body back right for this next week to come.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely got to get that good meal though after the game. That's major. Be starving after a football
Hi there.
game.
I found a nutcracker.
Oh, thank you. Now my daughter's coming in to say hi. She's
Oh,
going to
so
bed. She's going to
hey,
bed.
that's rich right there. You're real life rich.
Thanks,
Having
man.
that
I
right there.
appreciate you
Yeah,
saying that.
that's
I
awesome.
appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
That is
She
awesome.
she always comes in when I'm doing podcasts, and it's totally fine.
Yeah, it is. It is for sure.
You know, it's just all part of it. I had a couple other things for you too, because um, you mentioned something about January. You're starting training in January. What do you do for training in January? Like what happens?
Well,
You
just start.
gym,
Yeah,
gym,
starting to
field
get back
workout.
in the gym, running
Okay.
around a little bit, catching the ball. Yeah, nothing too crazy, but just getting back in that routine, getting the body back right.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to prepare. You got a 6 7 month long season,
Right.
coming up, including camp. So just got to get the body right, but you never want to peak too early.
Right.
So really just finding that happy medium, and then yeah, being ready in May.
And so you train for 4 months.
Um, yeah, on and off. Like you have your, probably like 8 week windows. You
Okay.
probably, go 8 weeks. Take some time off, and
Yeah.
then get
Yeah.
another 8 week cycle. Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
that's how it works.
Let's wrap it up there. Thank you for doing this. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm sure I'll catch up with you next season. Um, anything else you want to add before we sign off?
No, that was great. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and yeah, hope to see you soon.
Okay.